Welcome back after a last boring, kind of quiet episode because of my eating. Now I understand why people eat when they're not doing it. Ew. You're lucky because I have some candy on a busy Halloween this year.
That's a lot of candy he had left. He acted like he had nothing left.
Did you ever get to a point where you couldn't eat candy?
Ooh, wait.
We got boots!
My lemon pepper steppers.
The pepper steppers.
What do you mean by couldn't eat candy though?
Like you just, oh, hey, knock over those tires.
Do you think there's a kid in here? Nope.
Oh, darn.
What do you mean you couldn't eat candy? Like you just didn't want to, or like you're
Like after a while, like you just couldn't eat candy because there's too much, or
Man, yeah, I think so. I think there were. I don't think it got to the point where I couldn't eat candy. I think it got to a point where I didn't want to eat.
like it was too sugary.
No, it was more of
Go to that other house. I don't think it's an enemy.
No, I thought I could get inside of here and like find something. So for me, it was more of a. We're gonna see if it's enemy. Yep.
Oh, darn it.
For me, it was more of a. I didn't like the candies that were left, so I didn't want to eat them.
For me, it was very much.
Cause like,
Well, this is unrelated to Halloween. Like I would get candy and I would feel like, oh, this is too much candy. Like I would get sick of it. I'd be like, ugh, I can't eat another one, and then my stomach would hurt, and I'd be like, oh. But that was never the case for pastries, though.
I've never got to that point, especially on Halloween. Because even like our parents would make certain things. I think I remember them making like cookies and stuff like that were decorated.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we went to like my cousin's house that had them. One of my aunts and uncles probably did stuff like that. 'Cause we did go to a couple parties throughout the years when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember them making stuff like that. Cakes, cookies.
Dude, I remember I didn't know that there are certain areas in our neighborhood growing up that got hit more with like trick-or-treaters than others.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was all like unbiased, because in my area where I lived there was like no trick-or-treaters. My mom would still buy a bowl of candy, but none ever came. There was one house I would always decorate every year, and for every single holiday. It was the best house. It was so cool. But nah, man, like no trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood. And it looked like the perfect neighborhood for trick-or-treating too, because a lot of those neighborhoods are by schools and a lot of families live by the schools, but they'd never go there. Like I remember one year I went with a friend and they drove us to like some other side of town, and there was everybody there, and I was like, what? Like, why is there no trick-or-treating here?
So it was more just like confused why they were there and not at like your guys' neighborhood, more or less.
Yeah, and to be quite honest, at night, our neighborhood looks a little spooky when I was growing up. But I think that's because they didn't put enough, like, what was it, street lights in the first place? But the other side had a bunch of street lights, so I was like, no wonder this place feels a little, quote-unquote, safer. But,
Oh, you think
that's the city spot.
you think that's why they did it? Because they thought it was
Well,
more
that was the richer
safe?
houses, too.
Yeah, the richer, it seems like the houses that have more money or look nicer get hit more.
Even though the houses I live by are pretty nice, but some fucking assholes I went to high school with, I remember they were dropping me off and they're like, oh, we're in the ghetto. And I was like, bitch, we live in a small rural town. There is no goddamn ghetto.
Not really.
There is no. There was none. Like everyone had homes. And like the only reason I think they said that was because there was like a yard, like one house that didn't have a kept fence.
Oh my, really?
Yeah, it was pretty bent out of shape. But I was like, who is a flying cadoodle?
Who gives a cadoodle about that?
And I don't know. I get mad thinking about it. 'Cause it's like, excuse you, we don't live in the ghetto. This is not the ghetto at all.
No.
All right, pipe down, boy. We do not. You're safe here. All right.
A small town in the Midwest.
Hold on. Let me reiterate that. That came off wrong.
Okay, rephrase it then.
I did not. Yeah. I mean, you're just as much danger in my neighborhood as other neighborhoods.
Well, I mean, it's a small town in the Midwest. It's not like, you know,
Yeah.
going somewhere big like. I'm trying to think of some.
Well, no,
place.
because I was like, well, hold on. Just because you're a ghetto doesn't mean you're not safe at all. And just because you're look like a safe neighborhood doesn't mean you're safe. So yeah, you're in just as much danger in my neighborhood as you would be in another neighborhood. There you go. That sounds better.
Someone's gonna correct you to be like, actually,
You're in.
actually,
Well,
the statistics of you getting shot. I don't know.
I mean, we did have those. Was
That was
in the past last year?
That was. Oh
Or
yeah.
Was it this year? I think it was this year at the beginning of the year. But that's about it. It is rural town. You don't really see.
A lot, yeah.
And when there is a lot, that's as interesting as it's gonna get. Did teachers there ever like tell you stories like, ooh,
When they were growing up.
like when they visited the town, you just got clocked?
Maybe.
Like they would be like, oh yeah, it was like so dangerous here, it was scary, like you guys should have seen it growing up, blah, 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 blah.
I know teachers used to mention that they
And
they
it's
live
like-
in other towns and they'd be like, oh, other people always ask how you could work there. Isn't it dangerous to work there? Isn't it ghetto and stuff like that? I remember that.
I remember being like, well, y'all are stupid. Like, huh? It's just like hearing it from adults growing up. They're saying like, yeah, it was dangerous here. It's like, I think you're dumb. I think you're overreacting. Because I had a music teacher once, and they're like, yeah, we came here to play, and it was just in one bar, and it was just like so spooky. We got the F out of there real quick. It was like, it was terrifying. We didn't want to be there. And I was like, okay, relax. You chose the bar to play at in the first place.
Yeah.
You could have checked it out beforehand. Second of all, relax. Get a little dramatic, buddy. Get a little dramatic. It's just hearing
Wait, they chose a bar.
yeah, and then they were
and-
scared playing there. It's like,
Why don't you check the area out?
well, live isn't it the consequences of your own actions?
What was that off of?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I know it's a cartoon.
But yeah, they were upset about it, and I was like, okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're over dramatizing, but whatever. One thing I do appreciate though is the fact that like, yeah, gossip was a thing still. I mean, it's when is it never? When is Cheeseman not ever a thing? But I guess
Gossip,
like
yeah.
cliques. Like there were cliques, but like a majority of the time there were no cliques at all.
What?
You know, in high school, growing up.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't know how you felt, but I didn't feel very much.
Uh,
But then again, I was in my own little world. And looking back, it's kind of a little embarrassing.
embarrassing or a good thing?
Embarrassing.
How would you say so?
Well, you know, having an adult mindset and then looking back and then seeing how my actions might have been perceived is very much like a, oh, is that how people saw it? Even though at the moment I never saw it anything like that. I think that's one of the most frustrating parts.
We need some agua.
Agua.
Some agua.
We're gonna have to stop saw
We got a minute.
a hot minute. But yeah, I mean, that's one
Wait,
thing.
can we run faster in this game? It looks like they're moving a little bit faster.
That's one thing I've hated about growing is being like, oh, so that's how people really perceived me, and feeling kind of like embarrassment that just hit me 5 years later.
Yeah.
But also being like, you know what?
Or like you cringe thinking about things you've done in the past and you're like, why did I do this?
Yeah, but then I'm like, you know what? Screw that. Like, I don't have time to mope about that. And second of all, I'm pretty sure the people who were like, they're so weird, probably would get a lot of satisfaction. of being like, oh, now they're embarrassed. Yeah, you were super cringy.
Oh, that's probably true.
It's like, yeah, so what? At least I didn't have to abide by societal standards. I mean, we all kind of abide by societal
This guy's
standards.
a little shady.
Shut up. I just saw it. I was like, oh.
Think you can have some chums from the past to your business? Psh, you don't know shady. So listen, you want some creepy treat cards or not? I got some good ones in here.
Wow, that's not creepy at all, man with a trench coat standing by garbage cans.
Talking to children, wanting candy. Nope. I took everything he got. We should end it here.
Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.